They said it was just another tomb. But when Howard Carter opened the seal, he awakened something far older than time itself. If you're drawn to the dark corners of history, make sure to like, share, and subscribe before the curse finds you too. The Egyptian desert. Endless dunes stretching into a golden horizon. Beneath that silence, the forgotten kings of Egypt slept, untouched for thousands of years. In 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter prepared for one final search. Years of failure had brought him to the edge of ruin and madness. But something whispered for him to keep digging. His team carved through the Valley of the Kings, under the merciless sun. Sweat, dust, and silence. No one could imagine what waited beneath their feet. Then, by pure chance, a young boy stumbled upon a hidden stone step. The sound of his shovel striking rock echoed through time. Carter rushed forward, heart pounding. There it was, a sealed door buried beneath the sand. The royal insignia still unbroken. The tomb of the forgotten boy king, Tutankhamun. Carter held his lantern close. Dust shimmered in the beam. "I see wonderful things," he whispered, his voice trembling with awe. Inside the darkness, gold. Mountains of it. Treasures untouched since the age of the pharaohs. Statues, chariots, jewels, the riches of eternity itself. And at the center, the golden mask of the boy king. His eyes, perfectly still, yet strangely alive, as if watching and waiting. But with that discovery came whispers. The ancient Egyptians believed no soul should disturb a pharaoh's rest, and those who did would face the wrath of the gods. Within the tomb, symbols warned the living to stay away. Serpents, wings, words of death carved into stone. Warnings ignored by men blinded by glory. Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king. The inscription was clear, but it was already too late. Lord Carnarvon, Carter's wealthy sponsor, was the first to fall. Days after entering the tomb, he felt a sharp pain on his cheek. A mosquito bite. Harmless, or so they thought. Within weeks, the wound grew infected. Fever consumed him, and in a single night, Lord Carnarvon was dead. At that very moment, Cairo's lights went out. The entire city plunged into darkness, as if something unseen had passed over it. And miles away in England, Carnarvon's dog began to howl. It collapsed and died at the same hour. The curse had begun. The newspapers exploded. "The curse of the pharaoh strikes again," screamed the headlines. Superstition became hysteria. Every strange illness, every sudden death, every accident was blamed on the tomb. And people started counting the bodies. Archaeologists, photographers, assistants, men who had touched the tomb's treasures began to die mysteriously. Coincidence or consequence? Some blamed ancient bacteria sealed away for millennia. A silent killer carried by dust and air. Science tried to reason with fear and failed. Experts discovered deadly mold spores on the tomb's walls. Inhaling them could trigger deadly infections. Yet the timing felt too perfect, too deliberate. Howard Carter remained calm. He called the curse nonsense. But his eyes told a different story. Perhaps even he felt something watching. One night, a funerary figurine fell from a shelf and shattered. The next morning, Carter's pet canary was found dead, strangled by a cobra, the symbol of Egyptian royalty. Egyptian workers began to pray before entering the tomb. They whispered that Tutankhamun's spirit was restless, and it wanted vengeance. A scorpion crawled across an ancient relic. The desert seemed alive, shifting, breathing. The past watching. When the treasures were shipped to England, a storm struck the vessel. Waves crashed against the hull, as if the sea itself tried to pull the ship under. Some crates were never seen again. In London, museum workers complained of whispers, cold air, flickering lights, shadows moving where no one stood. Visitors fainted. Others claimed to feel an invisible presence watching them through the glass, especially near the golden mask. Under the museum lights, the mask's eyes seemed almost alive. Reflections danced across its face, yet the air around it felt still, deathly still. A list of those who entered the tomb began to circulate. One by one, names were crossed off, some by illness, others by fate. Carter himself, the man who opened the tomb, lived on, for years, untouched by the so-called curse. But that only deepened the mystery. He wrote in his journal until his final days. Calm, measured, Yet some entries spoke of dreams. Dreams of voices calling his name in the dark. Candlelight flickered in the tomb once more. The walls seemed to move. Hieroglyphs shimmered as if alive. And something unseen whispered. Decades later, scientists reopened Tut's tomb. This time, armed with modern tools and modern minds. But still, they moved with caution and respect. Under microscopes, they found ancient fungi and deadly mold. Proof of a biological explanation, or so they said. Yet not everything can be explained. The golden mask remains, perfect, powerful, eternal, as if guarding the boy king's spirit from those who dare to look too long. Ancient inscriptions spoke of divine protection, spells and curses woven into every stone. The ancients believed the afterlife was real, and so was vengeance. Priests once sealed these tombs with sacred rituals. Incense, chants, blood. They knew that breaking the seal meant breaking balance itself. Anubis, the god of death, was said to watch over every pharaoh. His black jackal eyes guarding the passage between the living and the dead. Cross him, and you were doomed. Tutankhamun's sarcophagus rests still in the Valley of the Kings. Untouched, waiting. Perhaps that is how it should remain. Even today, researchers argue, was it truly a curse? Or the power of fear shaping fate itself? Either way, the result was the same. Modern Egyptologists dismiss it as myth. But deep down, even they avoid speaking the pharaoh's name aloud inside the tomb. The sands of the Valley of the Kings whisper in the wind, as if telling the story again and again, of the boy who became a king and the curse that followed. Some say that at night, footsteps echo through the tomb's corridors. No one dares to follow them. No one ever sees who walks there. Lightning flashes across the desert. For a moment, Tutankhamun's golden mask glows like a living face. And then darkness swallows it whole. Howard Carter died peacefully in 1939. No curse claimed him. But at his funeral, one man swore he saw a golden shadow beside the coffin. Today, Tutankhamun's treasures draw millions of visitors. They stare in awe, unaware that the legend still whispers beneath the glass. The boy king is immortal now, not in body, but in fear. The curse made sure of that. Sandstorms still sweep across the valley, sealing and revealing the tombs again and again. Perhaps the desert is protecting something, or warning us to stay away. The tomb is silent once more, but the curse still breathes. If this story sent chills down your spine, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe before the sands cover this story forever.